I'm so focused on getting to the win that I don't got time to focus anything on the losses. And so that's why I'm saying you got to give yourself that permission to fail. Give yourself that permission to take that chance. Rid yourself of anybody who is going to put doubt and place doubt and throw doubt onto your vision, throw doubt onto your goals. Rid yourself of them people and just go out there and you're going to win. That's a fact. That's not my opinion.
Hey, it's Logan Renee of the Soulkation Podcast, a place where you will learn how to shape your own success, maximize your unique gifts, maintain your self-love, and so much more when we get back from thanking our sponsors. Are you ready to snatch your permission slip back and take charge of your life? Well, this podcast is sponsored by the #1 new release book, Never Ask for Permission Again. Grab your copy today by clicking on the link in the show notes. And now for your Soulkation announcements. We have a live class that we're super excited about for this month. And we're going to be talking about building consistent income, whether it's in your business or real estate or investments. We're going to talk about the truth and the lies around money. We're going to talk about building assets. We're going to talk about having a wealth mindset, the tools that millionaires use, life insurance, real estate 101, investing mistakes, and actual first steps where you can start to not only save money. We're going to talk about tithing and how that's always a return. We're going to cover it all. So you want to make sure that you're there Thursday, May 27th. Where can you find this information? Make sure you're a part of the Soulkation Tribe Facebook group. We give all the details there. Also, make sure you mark your calendars for the 2021 Soulkation Retreat. I just want to be the real me. We're going to talk about releasing self-doubt, unpacking brokenness, loving the woman that you truly are, forgiving the woman that you were, having a mindset that's set to be a CEO, that's set to be a leader, that's set to be a woman that runs a podcast, that's set to be a woman that has a New York Times bestseller. Who is that woman under the title? That's where we're going to cover. So we'll see you Saturday, August 28th. All of the details are in the show notes as well as on loganrenee.com. We'll see you there. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Soulkation Podcast. I have Mr. Byron with us today. He's about to school us on the real estate game. So I hope you have your notebooks. Indeed. I hope you share this episode with your closest friends because he's about to give us some really great tea in the real estate world. Byron, do you mind introducing yourself to the amazing women that listen to this podcast?
Absolutely. So my name is Byron Holman, known as Byron the Investor on pretty much all social media. And I am a real estate investor out of Houston, Texas. And we're going to get into all of that. And I focus primarily on the wholesale strategy. I do a little bit of creative finance, fix and flip. I also own a couple tech companies as well. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about that.
Can we start off with the first question? What's the difference between wholesale and flipping?
Got you. So wholesaling is when you I liken it to being a pawn shop of real estate, right? So basically you find people that are in distress, right? And you tell them, hey, I want to buy the property. You don't buy the property. You find somebody else who want to buy the property and you sell them the contract or your option or your right to buy the property instead of selling them the property. So we just selling the paperwork. That's it.
And that's wholesaling.
Wholesaling.
Okay.
Yes.
I pass you a piece of paper because a bank or a who?
So what happens is a lot of times in these situations is, let's say you're a homeowner and you need to sell your house immediately for cash for whatever reason. You may need to skip town. I don't know what your reason is for. Now, I'm going to tell you, okay, well, look, I can do this real quick, cash purchase, and we're going to get this thing done. So I write it up under contract. And the difference is I'll put my name or my company name with and/or sign on it. Right. And what that gives me the option to do is assign my right to purchase your property to somebody else. So what I do is I take my right to purchase your property and I sell my right to purchase your property to another cash buyer who may want to invest in it, fix it up, flip it, put it back on the market. So I'll say for instance, I come to you, Logan, and I say, hey, you're going to sell me your house for 100,000, right? And then I'll take that purchase agreement and I'll take it to another buyer and assign it to them, let's say for 120,000, right? And when they go to the title company, I'm going to get the 20,000. The seller going to get the 100,000, and the buyer, the end buyer, he gets the house. Problem solved. 20,000 in my pocket, 100,000 in the seller's pocket. The buyer gets the property. He fixes it up, fixes it up, flips it to another buyer who wants to live in the property, and he may make 30, 40, 50, or 100,000. Everybody wins.
How do you find these buyers? I'm assuming these are people you need to have a relationship with, because just to pick up the phone and say, hey, I got a property out on Robinson Road. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. So tell me this, Logan. So say, for instance, if I put an ad out on Facebook right now, put an ad out and I say, Logan, guess what? I got this brand new Mercedes-Benz, your favorite color, right? I got this brand new Mercedes-Benz. This is for you now. You see, what's your favorite color?
At cars, I like it to be white.
You like it to be white. I got a brand new white Mercedes-Benz with all of the trim and everything, the maxed out, right? And I'm finna be selling this Mercedes-Benz right now on Facebook for $2,000, brand new. Now, tell me this. Do I have to be your friend for you to hit me up about this $2,000 Benz, or do you just see the opportunity and you finna make a friend because I got a $2,000 Benz? How that's gonna work?
Exactly. Yeah. Definitely.
You gonna make that friend.
Yeah.
So what happens a lot of times is we get deals so great that investors want to become friends with us. It's not the opposite way around, because I'm literally selling them opportunity to make money.
Yeah. And I'm assuming these investors just sitting around with cash.
Absolutely. They're salivating for the next opportunity to make them some money on a house that I was able to get under contract for a steep enough discount for them to be able to make a killing by fixing it up, flipping it, and putting it right back on the market for a nice family to move in. Or if they just want to build up their rental portfolio, they can do that as well.
Got it. So let's say somebody wants to get into flipping houses because they've been on HGTV and they think they can, flip a house automatically. What's step one? Do you just drive in different neighborhoods?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So let me tell you something, Logan. This is the best case scenario. The best case scenario, I'm gonna pick up my phone right now. I'm gonna download me an app maybe called Deal Machine, right? I'm gonna download me an app called Deal Machine. I'm gonna go drive through I'm gonna use the free trial. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna drive through the neighborhood and I'm gonna find as many houses as I possibly can. Now, what I'm looking for, Logan, is the worst looking house in the best neighborhood. I'm gonna repeat that. I'm looking for the worst looking house in the best neighborhood. Now, why do I want this? Because that's what everybody wants. Every investor wants the worst looking house in the best neighborhood, because what that means is if I can get this house at a steep enough discount and another investor can turn around and come and fix it up, make it HGTV that thing and put it back on the market, they're going to make a killing.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
I'm going to find that house, and that's step number one.
Got it. What's step number two?
I knew you was going to ask. So step number two is I am going to call that seller, right? I'm going to go to a skip tracing company. We use turboskip.com, right? So I'm going to go to turboskip.com. I'm going to put in the promo code Byron because I'm going to give me a discount. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yes, indeed. I'm hooking people up today. I'm telling you, I'm Santa Claus. I'm Santa Claus right now. So listen, I'm gonna skip trace these numbers, and I'm gonna find this homeowner, and I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna say, Mr. Homeowner, listen, I saw this property. A lot of times they be vacant, right? So I'm gonna say, I saw this property, and I would love to see if my wife and I, we into fixing up properties, right? And I would love to know if you knew anything about this property, and if I could buy this property from you, man, and they'll say, well, ain't nobody lived in there in a couple of years now. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you would want to buy, or they may say, you know what, I get 1,000,000 calls on this property. Why are you calling me? And how much you going to offer me? Well, I tell them, I say, well, ma'am, the good thing is price is the easiest part of my job. That's the easiest part of my job. The main thing is I want to know first is, what's a little bit more information about this property? When was the last time this roof was done? Okay. And then she gonna tell me, it ain't been done in 100 years or whatever. It's falling in, it's caving in, whatever the situation may be. And once I break down all of the things that's wrong with the property, then I let them know, well, look, what's the best you could do in terms of price on selling me this property? We're a small mom and pop. I never act like it's a big company. Keyword, you want to stay humble. You want to, talk to people, love on people, build rapport. And then I'm going to tell them, well, look, and after they agree to a price, I'm driving over there. I'm getting that old pen and paper. I'm going to write up a contract for purchasing this property. And I'm going to tell them, hey, look, we're going to, I'm going to send this to the title company. After we get this to the title company, we're going to close and put cash in your pocket.
That's the line. We're going to put cash in your pocket.
Cash in your pocket. Yes, indeed.
How much does your credit matter when it comes to being a flipper? Or is it called flipper? Because that sounds like.
Yes. Okay. So I can tell you right now, the good thing about being a wholesaler is you don't have to have credit because they ain't checking your credit. 10 times out of 10, the homeowners don't care nothing about your credit. They don't care nothing about no pre-approval letters. They don't care nothing about none of those things. They just they just care that you finna put cash in their hand in this amount of time. That's it. That's all they care about.
The wholesaler.
Yes. Okay. Now the fix and flipper, that's different because you actually, in a lot of cases, you're taking out a loan, right? A hard money loan to, buy the property and fix up the property. Now, some hard money lenders will want to check your credit, but a lot of times, in most cases, them giving you the money is not going to be contingent on your credit. It's going to be contingent on how good the deal is. If it's a good deal, you getting that money. So it don't matter. Got it.
What's the difference between like a seller's market and a buyer's market? I've heard that a couple different times on Clubhouse and everywhere.
Yeah. Absolutely. So right now we're in a seller's market, which sucks for wholesalers because it's harder and harder to get people to do deals with you. Or if they are going to do deals, they're going to do deals at crazy numbers. So we're dealing with that right now. But the good thing about it is we just made like $40,000 off a deal last week. And we got another one. We're probably going to make another $40,000 on this week. So the good thing is when you get deals like this, right, you can sell for a massive amount of money because buyers are chomping at the bit to get your deal. So that's the good thing about it in our market. But the bad thing about it is you're going to call maybe about twice the folk that you normally would to get a deal. Make sense?
Okay. And that's because of the economy, I'm assuming?
You know what? It is the economy. Of course it's the economy, but a lot of times those things just kind of, it's weird. Like they always changing. People thought that we would be in a buyer's market right now. All of the analysts and the smart people, the quote unquote smart people, they thought we was going to be in a super duper buyer's market, right? But we're not. We're in a seller's market post-pandemic. Crazy. And it just go to show how no matter what they say on the news, it don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, watch your own economy. Look at your own market. That's what the real news is.
Right. They be lying, child.
Yeah, big face lying. Big face.
I hear so much that you should watch out like for contractors because they be trifling. How do you know like this is a legit contractor? You need to work with these people because I have heard some stories.
You don't. Yeah, that's the answer to that question. You don't. you don't. Trial and error. That's the way they work. It's some good trial and error. No, but seriously, you know what? Here's the deal, Logan. I hire people, right? And so the good thing about hiring people, firing people, leading people, working with people that are not like you, right, is you start to get a better feel for how to interact with people. And dealing with contractors is no different. The problem is a lot of people, they don't hire people. And a lot of people, you know what? Another thing too, Logan, a lot of people don't talk to people that they don't relate to.
Yeah.
Right. So as a result of that, a lot of times they take their core values or their core understanding of the world and they project that onto everybody else. And if you have had limited interaction with people, right, then you think that everybody think like how your core group's supposed to think, or you kind of feel like everybody's supposed to move how y'all move, but that's just not true. Yeah. When you talk, when you start, and that's that, and what taught me these skills is when I became administrator, right? When I started having to lead people, right? It forced me to interact with people that I probably wouldn't have never wanted to chill with, make jokes with people that I don't really think is that cool or that funny, right? But you just sit up there and you learn how to interact in their language, right? Or in their vibe. And then the same thing happened when you hire people. Like, you know, I hire people that I personally don't probably get along with like that, right? But they can produce or whatever. They have a certain skill. And that skill is valuable to me. So I hired them. And so as a result, that's why I think it's real critical for people, you know, that if you really, really want to learn people and get around and interact with people, get you a waitress job, get you a sales job, any job that forces you to be around people that are not just like you or like your core friends. And it really, really gives you the skills and that discernment, the proper discernment. Because a lot of times we think we got discernment because we just around our crew, but that ain't discernment. Real discernment is when you're around people that you don't like, they don't like you, and you still got to make the move. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
It makes a lot of sense. And you know, people think because they read one scripture, they got discernment too. So
Yeah.
but I like that. I think we become too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that's across the board. That's every yeah. I like that. Yeah, you better school the kids on the Soulkation Podcast.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm here for. It's all value from here. I'm telling you.
So when people come and look at homes that you have renovated or purchased, do you tell them that you're the owner?
No. So what I typically do is I just let the realtor deal with it. For whatever reason, I got like this. I never like to let them know that I'm the owner. I never like to walk in that because it just introduces a lot of just uncomfortable discussions and situations. And it's just like not worth it. I just rather hire me a realtor and let them deal with it.
Okay. So the realtor comes in and does what? Sell the house for you?
Absolutely. So let's say, for instance, if I build a house, like as a matter of fact, I just literally built 2 houses recently and I'm looking to build 12 more this year, minimum of 12. Yeah. And so anytime I'm in a situation where I'm wanting to sell them, most of them I keep. Like, so the ones that I'm planning on building, the 12, I'll probably keep maybe 8 or 9 of them and I'll probably sell 2 of them. Right. And so the way that works is, Logan, is I want to remove myself from that process completely because a lot of times the sellers, that they know you the owner, they're going to proposition you with a lot of different things. They're going to want you to fix certain things. They're going to want you to do this. They're going to want you to do that. It just puts you in a weird crosshairs to where they can kind of ask you weird stuff that you may not be comfortable with. But once you throw that realtor in the mix, it's like the realtor gets to be the bad guy, right? And really, you kind of like making the decisions behind the scene. You know what I mean? If you want to accept or you don't want to accept. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. That's actually really smart. Keep your hand off of it.
Yeah, keep my hands off of it. Let them deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Hot potato.
If there is somebody that's like, I'm just overwhelmed. Like, I don't know what to start, what to do. I know I want to get in the real estate game because I hear, multimillionaires all are in real estate,
Yes.
But where do I start? What do I do? What would you say to her?
That's a good one. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna do some wholesaling, right? That's the first thing I'm gonna do because I know that you can make money doing this. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a list, right? I'm gonna go to PropStream, something like that, and then I'm gonna get me a list, and I'm going to skip trace that list. I'm gonna go to like something like turboskip.com. And then I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to call these people. I'm calling these people to find out somebody I can help, somebody in a situation. And I want to find a distressed list. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody who, like a pre-foreclosure, absentee owner, tired landlord, recent inheritance properties, like properties that just got passed down from a family member or whatever, right? Those are the types of properties I'm going for, because typically, Logan, those are the properties that have problems where I can come in and be Superman with my cash and my listening ear and my empathy, right? And my understanding of people. That's what I'm going in. I'm going in to make a friend with these people. That's my objective, right? And once I do that, and I can find me somebody who's willing to sell me a property at a steep discount, then I'm going to turn around and sell it. I'm going to assign that property to another buyer, and I'm going to make me anywhere from 10, 15, 20, possibly even $50,000 on one deal. That's what I'm doing. Can you use another $20,000 right now, Logan?
Literally, this is what I'm about to do. Seriously.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I want to get in the game.
Uh-huh.
I said this year is my year of studying and just, engulf myself with the knowledge and the background. But I'm like,
Absolutely.
okay, well, where do I start though? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that you would say to the women that you just want to leave with them about the real estate game? Why you even started? Like, what made you, Byron, say, I want to do this? Like, why?
That's a good one, because when I first started, I was actually, it's crazy. I got a long story. So
go ahead.
Stop me if I get too long with it. But here's the deal. I had just got out of jail, Logan, right? So I had just got out of, yes. Yeah, they tried to hide me. They tried to hide me for like 15 to life. They tried to hide your boy. Yeah, they was trying to hide me, man. They was trying to put me under, man. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I had a major drug case, I was moving and shaking in some wrong circles, you know what I mean, around some wrong folk, and went to jail. I beat the case. Thank God. By the grace of God, I beat the case. And I got out, and the good thing was, before, like right in that time when I was fighting the case, I was working at the hospital, and there was a lot of Nigerian ladies. They used to always tell me, you need to get your nursing, you need to go to nursing school. You need to go to, you know what I mean? They would tell me just like that, right? And they would just like pound it into my head. I'm like, yo, like, what is you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why nursing school? And they was like, because you can make good money, blah, blah, blah. And, any economy, you're going to make money. So they kept beating it into my head, Logan, right? So I said, all right, cool. So I started taking me some prereqs. This whole time I'm fighting the case. I'm literally looking at like 15 years to life. Big facts. Wow. And yeah, so I'm fighting the case. I'm going to school. Fighting the case. I'm going to school. So the judge, she found out, hey, this dude, he going to school. He trying to do better for himself. And so she kind of started taking a liking to me. Now, she was still hardcore. She wasn't playing. But she kind of started taking a liking to me and started understanding, look, man, people deserve second chances, whatever, right? So not that really mattered in my case, but the real deal was that I just, they didn't have anything solid enough to give me. And I had paid a ridiculous amount in lawyer fees. Like, trust me. And I probably would have spent double that again just to have my freedom, because I knew that inside that box, I couldn't do nothing. Like, so whatever I had to pay to get out of that situation, I'm doing it. So I went on and I kept going to school, and grace of God, I beat the case, Logan. I literally beat the case. And the co-defendant, he beat the case too, which was crazy. But I don't know what he did to get out of that situation, because it was really on him. It really wasn't on me, but I was kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time, but kind of still, moving bad anyway. So I kind of got caught up. I went to school, and then I got into nursing school. And I was just like, yo, this is great. First couple of days in, right, they called me into the office like, Byron, I don't think you're going to be able to, I know we accepted you, but I don't even think we're going to be able to let you continue in the program. I'm like, yo, they hit me with this black lady too, you know what I mean? And I was just like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, how you going, you know what I mean? Do me like this when, you know, I've beat the case. I don't have nothing pending on me right now. Literally, like, I don't have nothing on me. It's just an arrest right now. And she was like, yeah, but it just don't look good. It got a drug case and all of this and the amount of drugs that was in it, because it was like a half a kilo of cocaine. It was a big, ugly stain on my record. And so I broke down. I'm just like, yo, I broke down. I'm in tears. Like, I'm just like, yo, this is real deal, because I have fought so hard to get into this nursing program, and I had been denied so many times because of I was fighting the case. But the first time I beat the case, I'm like, okay, I need to be able to get in somewhere. And and by the grace of God, another lady came in, right? The director that was ahead of her, and she was like, you know what? If you can show us paperwork showing that this was dismissed, right, and that you had nothing to do with this, we're going to let you in. I was like, yo, Logan, I'm telling you, this is real.
So I know you believe in Jesus.
Oh, man, it was real.
Okay.
It was real. So I just broke down, literally. And from that day, you know, they let me into the program. I got in touch with my lawyer, got them the paperwork that they needed, and it was cool from then on. And I just, you know, grinded my way through nursing school, grinded my way through. I was pretty much broke again, right? And after that, I went to nursing school, got out, got to ICU, and I did maybe about a year, and I was doing travel nursing from then on. And from there, I was making big bank. And now I'm getting to your story. I'm getting to your question. So my original plan, Logan, was to I wanted to own franchises, right? So I was going to save up as much money as I could and buy me some Subways. That was my plan. And
you was about to be Shaquille O'Neal #2.
Yeah, I was about to do the Shaquille O'Neal. I was probably going to buy, I don't know how many Subways I was going to try to buy. But I ended up finding out about real estate. And I said, you know what? This makes sense, because after finding out about the franchises, I found out they don't make that much money.
Right.
A lot of people think they make a lot of money, but they don't make the money that people think. Profit, right? So I was like, man, but in this real estate, I can make infinite profit. So I said, you know what? Pivot. And from that point on, I got into real estate.
I love it. I mean, it was so many jewels tucked away in your story. I mean, you had to put yourself out there consistently.
Yes.
You had to be told no.
Yes.
But you got back up. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
by the grace of God, twice.
Yes.
Like, he showed up, I'm sure way more than twice, but in the story.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, twice he covered you. Like, I mean, there's favor on your life. So I think that's amazing. Amazing.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to leave the ladies with when it comes to wholesaling, flipping, getting into the game? Is there anything else you would leave with them?
I'm just going to say, get into it, you know, believe in yourself, you know what I mean? And don't look at it as if it's something that's so far away that you can't do. Because listen, we did 90 plus deals last year during a pandemic, 90 plus deals during a pandemic. And we plan on doubling that this year. Right. And I'm not special. Like, literally, I'm not special. And I really feel like I'm really not. I really feel like if I can do it, anybody can 100% do it. Like, because all you really got to do is get around, you know, the right people, right? Rid yourself of anything negative, right? Because that was one thing I did. I ridded my social media. I got rid of anything that wasn't talking about what I was on my mission to do. And I put 100% crystal clear clarity focus into my vision. And once I made that commitment to myself and I gave myself the opportunity to fail, from that point on, I was able to hit win after win after win after win after win. That's not to say that I don't take losses. I take losses all the time, but I'm so focused on getting to the win that I don't got time to focus anything on the losses. And so that's why I'm saying you got to give yourself that permission to fail. Give yourself that permission to take that chance. Rid yourself of anybody who is going to put doubt and place doubt and throw doubt onto your vision, throw doubt onto your goals. Rid yourself of them people and just go out there and you're going to win. That's a fact. That's not my opinion.
Bishop Byron, everybody. Bishop Byron. Okay. Bar. That's good.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much for coming on the Soulkation Podcast. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you, Logan. This was amazing. This was amazing. And I'm still feeling the green background. You showed that. You know what I mean? With the grassy grass and the feathers and all. I don't know what's going on. But it's live, though. I can dig it.
Thank you.
Thank
sure
you.
Ladies, to share this episode with your closest friend, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Soulkation Podcast. My hope is that your soul just went on a vacay, and you have tools that you can apply to your life today. For more in-depth tools, head on over to loganrenee.com. Also, if you have questions that weren't answered on this episode, email your questions to logan@loganrenee.com, and I'll answer them here on the show. I'll talk to you soon.